Women will rarely admit when they are physically attracted to a man. They won't say it out loud because admitting desire makes them feel vulnerable, exposed, and even judged. But here's the truth. The body never lies. While her words may be careful, her unconscious signals give everything away. The way she looks at you, the subtle changes in her voice, how she plays with her hair or moves closer without realizing. It all reveals what she's trying to hide. If you can't read these signals, you'll miss the truth that is right in front of you. Worse, you might believe she only sees you as a friend, while in reality, her body is screaming attraction. Most men fail because they focus only on what women say instead of what they do when they can't control themselves. In this video, you're going to discover the hidden signs of physical attraction that women never confess, but always reveal through their body language. Once you know them, you'll never see interactions the same way again. Number 1, body language reveals it first. The very first and most reliable sign of a woman's physical attraction is hidden in her body language. Words can be controlled, but the body reacts before the mind has time to censor it. When a woman feels that magnetic pull toward a man, her body unconsciously expresses it, even if her mouth says something completely different. Most men overlook these subtle movements because they are too busy listening to what she says. But if you pay attention to the unspoken, you will unlock the truth. One of the strongest indicators is the way she uses her eyes. Attraction reveals itself through eye contact patterns that are impossible to fake consistently. She may glance at you quickly and then look away as if she was caught doing something wrong. Or she may hold your gaze for a fraction longer than necessary, creating a tension that words can never achieve. Sometimes her pupils dilate when she looks at you, a biological reaction linked to desire. Men who notice this silent communication understand more about her feelings than she will ever admit. Another key signal lies in how she handles her hair or face. When a woman is drawn to you, she often begins to play with her hair without realizing it, twirling strands between her fingers, brushing it back even when it is not in the way, or tilting her head slightly to expose her neck, one of the most vulnerable and attractive areas of the body. This behavior is primal. It comes from deep evolutionary wiring, where women display signs of openness when attracted. She may also touch her lips, adjust her clothes, or check her appearance more frequently in your presence, all unconscious attempts to enhance her attractiveness. Her posture is another powerful giveaway. When she leans in while you speak, even if the environment is not loud, it means she wants to be closer to you. She angles her body toward yours instead of away, signaling attention and interest. On the other hand, crossed arms or turning her body away are defensive signs, but when attraction is present, her body naturally opens up. She may mirror your movements, unconsciously copying your gestures or position, which psychologists identify as a classic indicator of rapport and interest. Even her nervous habits can reveal attraction. Fidgeting, tapping her foot, or adjusting her jewelry might seem like random actions, but in reality, they are signs of excitement and nervous energy that occur when someone is around a person they desire. The body literally betrays the inner state of arousal, no matter how hard she tries to remain composed. The mistake most men make is ignoring these small but powerful cues. They wait for verbal confirmation, a direct confession, or a bold action from the woman. But attraction in women is rarely communicated so directly. Instead, It hides in the little details: the glance, the touch of hair, the lean of the body. If you ignore them, you miss the truth. If you master reading them, you gain access to a woman's real feelings before she is even ready to speak them aloud. This is why body language is the first and most important step in recognizing attraction. It is the silent confession women cannot stop themselves from making. Once you learn to see these signals, you will realize that women have been revealing their secrets to you all along. You just didn't know how to listen with your eyes. Number 2, physical distance shrinks. Another undeniable signal of female attraction is the way she manages physical distance. Human beings instinctively protect their personal space, especially with people they are not comfortable with. We all have an invisible bubble around us, and strangers are rarely allowed inside. But when a woman is physically attracted to you, the rules of distance begin to dissolve. Instead of pulling back, she unconsciously leans in. Instead of keeping her space, she finds ways to invade yours, softly, subtly, yet unmistakably. Watch what happens in social situations. If you are in a group of people and she chooses to sit next to you, even when other seats are available, that is not random chance. If she stands closer to you than she does with anyone else, brushing shoulders or letting your arms touch naturally, it is a clear sign her comfort with you is higher than normal. This shrinking of distance is her body's way of saying, "I want to be near you," even though her lips may never admit it. It can also appear in how she positions herself relative to you. A woman who is attracted will angle her body toward yours, stepping into your space during conversations, or leaning close when she speaks, even when the environment is quiet enough not to require it. The excuse may be small. She wants to hear you better, or show you something on her phone, but the deeper reason is primal. She enjoys being in your presence, and her body pulls her closer without conscious thought. Proximity also reveals itself in fleeting touches. When she laughs, she might lightly tap your arm. When she wants your attention, she may tug your sleeve or lean her shoulder into yours. These touches are not just about contact. They are ways of breaking the invisible barrier of distance. Every time she does it, she is lowering the wall between friendship and intimacy. Compare this to women who are not attracted. They will keep a safe buffer, leaning away when you move closer, or placing objects, like a bag, a glass, or folded arms, between you and them as physical barriers. Distance is protective. Closeness is permissive. When she shortens the space, she is silently giving you access that most men will never be granted. Men often underestimate how powerful this signal is. They keep asking themselves, "Does she like me? Does she not?" While ignoring the simple truth right in front of them. People do not allow others into their intimate zone unless they feel safe and drawn to them. Attraction makes her forget about her personal boundaries. Instead of defense, she chooses proximity. So pay attention the next time you are around her. Notice whether she seeks excuses to be near you, whether she stays close longer than necessary, whether she removes barriers and allows you into her space. Her words may remain guarded, but her body reveals the truth. When a woman is attracted, the space between you disappears. Number 3, unconscious touches. If there is one signal that almost never lies, it is touch. Touch is powerful because it crosses the invisible boundary of personal space and creates immediate intimacy. Most people, especially women, are selective about who they allow to touch them and whom they choose to touch in return. That is why when a woman finds excuses, whether subtle or playful, to make physical contact with you, it is rarely accidental. It is a silent but unmistakable confession of attraction. Think about the moments when she laughs at your joke and instinctively taps your arm or playfully pushes your shoulder. These small gestures may seem casual, but they carry deep meaning. She is not doing this with everyone. She is doing it with you because she feels drawn to you and wants to create a physical connection. Touch becomes the bridge that moves her feelings from the abstract world of emotion into the real, tangible world of contact. Even the lightest touches matter. A hand brushing against yours when you both reach for something. Her fingers grazing your shoulder as she leans in. Resting her hand on your knee for just a second too long. To the untrained eye, these might appear like coincidences, but in reality, they are calculated by her unconscious. It is the body's way of expressing what the mind tries to conceal. Attraction makes her seek opportunities to close the gap through touch. She may adjust your collar, brush imaginary dust off your shirt, or fix your hair, all under the pretext of helping. But beneath the surface, it is an excuse to place her hands on you. These small interactions are intimate, not because of their physical intensity, but because of the vulnerability they represent. She allows herself to invade your personal space because being close to you feels natural and exciting. Touch also carries emotion beyond words. A gentle squeeze of your arm signals reassurance. A playful slap on your shoulder communicates comfort and familiarity. A prolonged touch lingers with unspoken desire. Each type of contact reflects not just interest, but the level of comfort she feels in showing it. If she wasn't attracted, she would avoid touch altogether, keeping her hands to herself or pulling away when contact happens. Attraction reverses that instinct. She welcomes it. She initiates it. Men who ignore this signal often miss the clearest evidence of interest. They rationalize it away, thinking she's just friendly, or she treats everyone like that. But when a woman is physically attracted, her touches carry a different weight. They are softer, more frequent, and often paired with a smile or laugh that is directed only at you. These are not random. They are deliberate in their subtlety. The truth is, women rarely say, "I want you." Instead, they show it by reaching out, literally. Touch is the unconscious admission they cannot fully suppress. If you learn to notice these gestures, you will no longer be blind to her attraction. Instead, you will see that every brush, every playful tap, every innocent adjustment is her body whispering the secret her lips refuse to speak. Number 4, voice and expressions change. One of the most overlooked signs of female attraction is the way her voice and facial expressions change in your presence. While many men focus on obvious signals like touch or proximity, they fail to notice the subtler shift that happens in how a woman speaks and reacts. Yet this is one of the clearest windows into her emotional state, because both voice and expression are controlled by the nervous system and are extremely hard to fake consistently. When a woman is physically attracted to you, her voice often softens. She may speak in a slightly lower, more intimate tone when addressing you, compared to how she speaks with others. At times, she might let her voice rise into a playful, sing-song rhythm, almost as if unconsciously flirting. These tonal shifts are not random. They reflect an attempt to signal femininity, warmth, and openness without ever putting those feelings directly into words. It is the body's way of seducing through sound. Laughter is another powerful giveaway. If she laughs more with you than with anyone else, even at comments that aren't objectively funny, it's a sign of attraction. Her laughter is less about the joke and more about the joy of connecting with you. Sometimes she will laugh too quickly, eager to show that she is engaged. Other times, she may hold eye contact while laughing, creating a bond that feels exclusive, as though you two are sharing a private joke in a room full of people. This laughter is not performance, it is instinct. Her facial expressions also reveal her feelings. Look closely, and you'll notice micro-expressions. A quick smile that appears the moment you walk into the room, eyes widening slightly when you speak, or cheeks flushing when you tease her. These tiny changes happen in fractions of a second, but they are deeply authentic. They cannot be rehearsed or concealed because they are hardwired responses to emotional arousal and attraction. Another common sign is the over-smile. A woman who is drawn to you may smile more frequently and hold that smile longer than normal. She may even bite her lip, tilt her head, or raise her eyebrows in a way that highlights her interest. These gestures are subconscious invitations, designed to make her look more approachable and to signal desire without direct confession. In evolutionary psychology, such cues are often referred to as preening behaviors, expressions meant to enhance beauty and signal receptivity. Men often dismiss these signals as friendliness or politeness, but that is a mistake. The difference lies in consistency and exclusivity. If she speaks to you in a softer voice than to others, if she laughs more at your words, if her expressions light up uniquely in your presence, these are not random acts of kindness. They are evidence that her attraction has bypassed her rational mind and taken control of her instincts. The key is to compare how she interacts with you versus how she interacts with everyone else. Women rarely shift their entire communication style for no reason. If her voice changes, if her laughter becomes easier, if her face brightens the moment she sees you, it is because she feels something she cannot say. Her body is communicating the secret her words will never reveal. Number 5. Self-grooming behaviors in your presence. One of the clearest but most underestimated signs of attraction is when a woman unconsciously begins to groom or beautify herself in your presence. This is not about dramatic actions like going to a salon or wearing a fancy dress, but about subtle, spontaneous behaviors that reveal she wants to appear more attractive to you. These gestures are ancient, primal signals rooted in biology, where humans instinctively try to enhance their appeal when around someone they desire. Notice how she plays with her hair, not just touching it casually, but deliberately fixing it, smoothing it down, or adjusting it to frame her face better. She may reapply lip gloss, check her reflection on her phone, or adjust her clothes, even if nothing is actually out of place. These actions are not about necessity. They are about presentation. She wants to ensure you see her at her best, even if she would never admit that out loud. Another common sign is the way she accentuates her feminine features when you're around. For example, she might tilt her head slightly to expose her neck, a vulnerable and sensual part of the body. She may sit straighter, arch her back slightly, or cross and uncross her legs in a way that draws subtle attention. These movements are not random fidgeting. They are subconscious ways of highlighting her physicality, sending silent signals of interest. There are also micro behaviors that many men miss. She might lick or bite her lips more often, touch her jewelry, or adjust her posture when you enter the room. These grooming gestures serve two purposes: to calm her nerves and to amplify her attractiveness. She is essentially performing for you, but without conscious intent. Her body betrays her interest by preparing itself as though it is on display. Psychologists call this preening behavior, and it exists across the animal kingdom. Birds fluff their feathers, cats clean their fur, and humans adjust their appearance when trying to impress a mate. It is an evolutionary strategy. By improving appearance in small, unconscious ways, she signals receptiveness and desire. In other words, if she is doing these things around you, but not around others, you are the trigger for her behavior. The mistake men make is assuming these behaviors are random or purely about her own comfort. But think carefully. If she only fixes her hair, reapplies makeup, or checks her reflection when you are nearby, it is not coincidence. It is attraction manifesting in the most instinctive way. Her body is saying, "I want you to notice me," even while her mouth stays silent. So pay attention the next time you see her, adjusting her appearance unnecessarily, straightening her clothes, or biting her lip while looking at you. These are not meaningless habits. They are some of the oldest signals of attraction in human history. And once you recognize them, you will realize that her desire is not hidden at all. It is written in every small gesture she makes to look more beautiful for you. In the end, attraction is rarely spoken directly. A woman may never look at you and say, "I desire you," but her body cannot hide the truth, from the way her eyes linger, to how she moves closer, to the light touches, the softened voice, and the constant little acts of self-beautification. Every gesture is a silent confession. Most men miss these signals because they expect words, but attraction is written in actions, not speeches. The key is awareness. If you learn to read these subtle cues, you gain insight into her feelings long before she ever admits them. You will no longer be left wondering, doubting, or trapped in confusion. Instead, you will see clearly what her body has been screaming all along. That desire cannot be hidden. So stop waiting for her to say it. Start observing, and you will discover the truth she cannot tell you with words.